Hello and welcome to Kayla's World. I'm Kayla Canoe, author, YouTuber, gamer, and aerialist. And today's video is going to be answering the question, what is Kindle Vella? And for those of you who don't know, I believe Amazon just announced this back on like April 13th. Today's video is going to be all about the content and engagement kind of aspects of Kindle Vella, and I'm actually going to do a whole series of videos on this topic because this is something that really interests me, and I've been doing a lot of research, and as someone who already publishes episodic fiction, this is kind of a hot topic for me personally. We're just gonna go ahead and dive right on into it. Kindle Vella is basically Amazon's new platform that they are currently doing a beta for. So it's a new beta platform for publishing or reading, if you're a reader, episodic or serialized fiction. If you guys don't know what episodic or serialized fiction is, it is basically shorter pieces of fiction that generally releases kind of like in a time basis. So I personally do this over on Tapas right now, and I publish one episode every week. So that is like a weekly time gate. So every week you can get on there and you can read the next episode, and it's usually a short fiction. So for Kindle Vella specifically, their content guidelines, each episode will be somewhere between 600 and 5,000 words. So that's kind of the short length of the episode, which, can vary from person to person. I know that for me in the past, I have episodes around 800 to 1,200 words, just because that's the length that I like to do, nice and short, and I can publish that every single week. So yeah, that is episodic serialized fiction. It's fiction that's short, and it's like piece by piece. It's kind of like a TV series, where you like have the whole series, but like each episode you might have like 12 to 22 episodes depending on length. So it's kind of like a TV series where you get one episode every week and it just comes out like that. Just another example for you guys. Anyway, so that's what it is. It's a platform for episodic fiction. It's not the first one. There are plenty of other ones out there. One of the big ones that most people know is going to be Wattpad. Now, Wattpad has both free and paid content, but they also do fan fiction, which is not original works, and Kindle Vella only does original works. So if you write fan fiction, you won't be able to publish that on Vella because it has to be original. And kind of going in that general direction, content for Kindle Vella, what can you publish, what can't you publish? What you can publish is new works, so anything that is new, which means it cannot be free. It cannot be freely available or part of the public domain. So it can't be out there and free to use for anyone. And it can't have previously been published. Ever, is what it sounds like. And I don't know if there's like ways around that or not, but basically if you've published it before anywhere, whether it was free or for money, you cannot use that content and then publish it on Kindle Vella. Now, on the other end of that spectrum, you can publish works on Vella, and then in the future, if you want to take them and put them somewhere else, put that content somewhere else, you can unpublish it from Vella and put it somewhere else. That is something that you can do, but you cannot do it in the reverse. So if you already have a book, you cannot break it down into episodes and publish it on Vella because they want new original works on there. So that is kind of like the big guideline. And yeah. And I don't think it actually specifies whether it has to be fiction or nonfiction. So that will be kind of interesting to see how that goes, because I know I've been doing a lot of research and watching a lot of videos and reading a lot of things, and I know there are people that have some interesting takes on doing nonfiction in a serialized format, which could be interesting. But I write fiction, so my perspective is coming strictly from fiction publishing here. So basically, expectations for Vella: if you are an author, you should expect to be creating and uploading serialized episodic fiction. As a reader, you will be reading episodic fiction. And then so the general structure as far as like how the episodes work, similar to I don't know. I'm from Tapas, so like I'm used to like these kinds of things, so I might reference that a little bit. But basically, it's going to have a mobile currency I want to call it an in-game currency, guys. I'm a gamer. Basically, it's gonna have its own platform currency, which will be tokens. So you use your money to buy the tokens, and then you use the tokens to unlock episodes. Now, the first 3 episodes will be free, so you can read the first 3. If you like the story, then you can unlock more. And then on the other hand, as an author, you want your first 3 episodes to be, really enticing, really good quality, and probably want to have that hook on that 3rd episode to get your readers to keep on reading. Because episode 4 through however many is going to be something that costs the reader tokens. And I will talk more about that in a different video, but right now we're just sticking to kind of content and engagement options. As far as the content, so there is actually an option for the author to select that it is a completed work. So if you have a complete finished work and you have all of the episodes on there, I'm gonna assume that it allows you to like schedule releases to where you can like say which date they publish, because the other platforms do that. I'm not 100% sure though. But yeah, so if it's a completed work, then you can tell your readers, and some readers prefer to have completed work. So if you have it completed, mark it on there. That is an option. Now, that's kind of the content. If you guys have any other questions about content, drop it in the comments below, and I will address that in a future video. But as far as engagement, so there are some interesting engagement opportunities, and I am going to show some of these like on the screen here. We're going to have, just to like, so you guys can kind of see what it looks like, I'm going to show you the kind of the main platform story thing, so like what the episode main screen looks like, as well as the list screen. So I'm going to show those guys here for you. And then also engagement is another interesting thing that they have going for them. So as far as engagement, kind of like the other platforms, you can follow a story. So I use Tapas. We're going to compare this to Tapas. So over on Tapas, you can subscribe to a story. So it's basically just like that, where you can follow the story. So every time the author uploads, you're going to get that alert that your story has a new episode that you can then go check out and read. There's also going to be the liking or the thumbs up option, where if you enjoy the story, you can give it that little thumbs up, that little like, to show people that you like it. And then the next thing is very interesting, and I'm actually going to show that here as well, which is the crowning option. So, and this, it sounds like is only going to be available if you purchase an episode. So I'm thinking that you're not going to be able to crown free episodes. You have to have actually purchased an episode in order to crown an episode that week. So every week you purchase one, you can crown one. So if it's free, I don't think you can crown the free ones. Or I think you can, but you have to have purchased one. It's weird. But it's here. You can read it, see it. Anyway, so the crowning is basically like saying, this is my favorite episode of the week, so that you can kind of give that extra boost to that story that you really, really love. Your favorite, just your favorite story. It's basically favoriting versus liking. And I'm not really sure what Amazon's going to do with that. I assume that's going to affect like visibility on the back end, but not 100% sure yet. This is all still very new. We'll kind of see how it goes, but I would imagine that the likes and the crowns are going to help boost visibility for the stories that are on there. And yeah, there is another thing on there that I find interesting. It's not necessarily an engagement option, as far as like it's not a way for the readers to interact with you, but it is kind of a way for the author to interact with their readers, I feel like. So there is an option for author notes, which this is what it looks like. Author notes. So the author can leave a note at the end of each episode, and that is something that I've seen over on other platforms. Like I said, I use Tapas, and I have like an image at the end of my episodes that basically thanks my readers for reading. But it's an author note, so really you could put whatever you want there, whether it's thanking your readers, if you have like, specialized things that you want to say to them, like if you're interacting, like I assume they can comment. I should look into that, actually. I'm not sure. But like reader feedback is literally like the best thing ever. So reader comments and stuff, I guess you could kind of respond to those in those author notes, which I think would be really fun. But yeah, so those are kind of like the engagement things for the readers and the authors. And yeah, I mean that's kind of our wrap up here, is that Kindle Vella is it's a platform for publishing episodic fiction where authors can publish it and readers can read it and they can engage with it and like it and follow it. And it is all, again, based off of a token system, which we will dive into in the next video. So if you guys want to know about the costs and all that good stuff, check out the next video that I'm gonna have for you guys. But other than that, that is it. That is what Kindle Vella is. It's Amazon's new beta platform for episodic fiction. And I thank you guys for watching this video, and check out all the links below if you guys don't already know already. I am a self-published author of an adult dark fantasy book. There it is in the background behind me. You can check out the links and all the information for that below. If you guys like this type of content, please let me know by hitting that like button, subscribing to this channel, or dropping it in the comments. If you guys have questions, concerns, if you want to like add to it, let me know, because this is a hot topic for me. Like I said, I want to organize like a live stream soon for this. So if you want to get on that and you want to talk about this with me, drop it in the comments. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed your time here in Kayla's World.